What got you in the union?
I did background work. I did extra work.
Oh, were you doing a lot of it?
I was doing a fair amount. I think the first union voucher I got in the UCLA newspaper, the Daily Bruin, there was like the classifieds, and it was.
Oh, this is during college.
This is like my junior senior year.
Oh, you got in early.
I got into SAG like by the time I was a senior.
Nice.
I was in SAG, and that was on the advice of the manager. That was like, get in. And there was like a little ad where it's like, oh, work on movies, be an extra. And so we went to this place, and then it was over the summer, and I got called, and I went to this I was in this movie. I was in the background of this movie with the guy who starred in American Ninja, Michael Dudikoff. It was like this bad 90s action franchise called American Ninja, and it was some other straight to video thing. And I was a naval officer in it. And it went 16 hours, and somehow I got a union thing, and then I got to go back the next time. But the next time it wasn't a union voucher. But I didn't realize how hard it was to get those. And then a few months later, there was an article about how this company had been shut down by the city of LA because you had to pay $300 to sign up. We didn't know, me and three friends. But I was the only one who did this job, and I made all my money back and then some. And then I got a union voucher, and then there were some other things. And then I forget which ones. I got my other vouchers on, but I remember working on an extra on this one show where I had a sort of a fro, I had a Jew fro when I was a senior in college, and then they were like, oh, you're in this bar scene, you know what, man, you look kind of cool, you're gonna be the bartender. And I was behind the bar, just I don't know, just goofing around, making the other extras laugh. And there was this guy behind the bar, and he looked like a grip because he had cargo shorts,
right?
And I think he even had some clothespins or whatever, and he was fucking around with some of the Polaroids, and I didn't realize it. And I would start goofing around with him, and I was making fun of him, and just lightly, sort of light roasting him or whatever.
Right.
And they'd be like, "Okay, cool, we're gonna set up, we're gonna rehearse," and then they call a rehearsal, and then he's I didn't realize this guy behind the bar, it's his character's bar, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I've just been sort of teasing this guy, busting his balls, like we're buddies or something." And then, at the end of the day, he's like, hey, Josh, he's like, man, that was so funny. He's like, I'm going to tell him anytime they shoot a scene in this bar, you got to come back.
What?
And I was like, what? And then the show was canceled.
No!
The show got but I remember leaving the set that day with the extras. They're like, that's amazing. Some extras I made friends. They're like, that's that guy who was on Friends and he got upgraded. It's all the stories. I was like,
lore of that. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. And then it's they
who was the actor?
Done.
Do you know who it was?
I forget his name. His name was Eddie something.
Is he still working?
I don't think so. I think he's one of those guys where he's like, man, I'm just this super cool, gorgeous guy. For all I know, he's probably making tables out of reclaimed wood in North Carolina or something. That's why I thought he was the grip. Because there's always that guy on set that's the coolest guy on set.
Yeah.
That's better looking than all the actors. He fucking skate. He surfs to work. He works in his one department, but he'll walk by someone, he'll walk by the lead actress. He'll be like, "Oh, hey, Michelle, hold on one second." He fixes a flyaway, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Griff. His name's Griffin,
That'd be a great name.
Yeah, oh, Griff, you're so cool. Something else happens, the lights out. We're not gonna be able. We gotta get the generator up the hill. And Griff's like, "Don't worry, I can put it in my truck." "You sure, Griff? This isn't your department." "Man, don't worry." Skates down the hill, puts the it's that guy. That's who I thought he was. I'm like, oh, he's the super Griff.
That's a great story.
Yeah.